3 months ago, I started documenting my parents beginning a structured peptide protocol. Not as a trend, not as a shortcut, and not without a plan. From day one, this was about doing it the right way and making adjustments based on data and not hype. Now, there were a lot of opinions when this started. So instead of debating everything in comment sections, I decided to document everything transparently. The progress, the changes, the simplifications, and the oversight. Now we're almost 3 months into my parents taking peptides and we're making changes again. We're now cycling off of BPC and TB500. This was always part of the plan. They were used in a specific phase to focus on recovery and joint support. They were never meant to be on those peptides forever. If you're going to approach optimization responsibly, then you need to have exit points built in from the start. My parents and I all have been using NAD consistently. NAD naturally declines with age, and one of the things they both reported over the past 3 months is increased energy and stamina. So that's something we're all going to continue doing. We're also introducing magnesium malate for both of them for improved joint function, muscle recovery, and overall health. This phase is less about intensity and more about supporting foundational systems. My mom's progression has been intentional. She started on the Wolverine stack, then we implemented the KLOW blend so she could use KPV for her arthritis. For context, she had been taking pregabalin and meloxicam for her arthritis pain prescribed by her doctor before we started all this. Now, about 1 month into this peptide protocol, she was able to come off of those medications completely. Now, I'm not saying she was completely pain-free, but those drugs can be pretty bad for you, especially used long-term. So she was able to manage her pain without them using the peptides. Because we want to cycle off of the BPC and TB500 in the KLOW blend, we're going to transition her to just taking KPV and see how she responds. My dad's been on the Wolverine stack since he started, and he's had a lot of improvement in his joint support and sleep. We're going to see how he does as he cycles off, but we may implement KPV into his protocol as well. At the same time, this hasn't just been about peptides, and it never should be. Both of my parents have been staying consistently active. They're going on regular walks, they're doing yoga every day, and trying to implement weight training when they can to support these lifestyle habits. The diet has also stayed clean and structured. A lot of people assume my parents are vegetarian just because they're Indian, but they actually eat a lot of meat. We eat chicken, fish, and goat in my house pretty regularly. My parents also take other regular supplements to support their overall health, including D3, K2, fish oil, and glucosamine chondroitin. The tools always layer on top of a base and they never replace them. But you're probably wondering why my parents are standing behind me like mob bosses, and I want you to hear from them directly.
Last 3 months I feel better, I feel energetic, I have a less pain in my joints, and I do exercise regularly, I do walk regularly, and I feel younger than before.
Last 3 months, I stopped my arthritis tablets. I have a less pain than before. I do my yoga, exercise, walking, and I'm doing good.
Another very important part of this process was being able to have a wellness physician oversee their protocol and labs. When taking peptides or compounds similar to peptides, it's important to review all health history and getting regular lab work to see how values are ranging over time. And based on that review, we're moving into a supervised Reta protocol to improve their metabolic health. This wasn't random, it wasn't based on trends, and it wasn't based on comments. It was guided by results, lab data, and physician oversight. Subscribe and follow along as we continue refining everything.